morning. We're going to try this again. We have one student in the class, so it's going to be a little bit odd, but hopefully this will be a better video for everybody. So, as always, let me know what you think. So find your Sukhasana, your easy seat, whatever that is for you, your legs out in front of you or your legs bent, crisscross, whatever makes you feel the most comfortable, because you want to be able to ground through your sits bones into the earth, sitting on the edge of a blanket, whatever works best for you. So I invite you to close your eyes and allow your breath to flow just naturally through your body. You don't want it to be a forced breath in any way. Try to allow your inhalations and your exhalations to be full. And as you become more comfortable with your breath, you bring your awareness to your body, so you feel the backs of your ankles as they rest against the earth. And you allow your knees to relax. You can have your palms down or your palms up. If you want to receive more healing this morning, then have your palms up. And if you are looking to be more grounded, which most of us are, I assume, put your hands down on your knees, just gently, so there's no gripping. And your elbows are away from your body to allow the energy to flow all around you. Sit tall as you elongate your spine and lengthen your neck. And you reach out from your shoulders as your shoulders gently fall away from your body. And you find your spine is long and beautiful. Soften your face. And drop your chin just slightly so that it's parallel with the floor. Elongating your spine creates space and length for your breath to flow more freely. And just sit for a second, a few breaths, allowing your body to settle in. Now bringing your hands together in prayer position at your heart center. A sweet bow forward as you offer a namaste to each other. And may we have a good day today. So gently open your eyes and cast your gaze in front of you, just softly. And allow your hands to come out to the sides. You can keep your eyes closed, your eyes open, whatever makes your yoga practice today more enjoyable. I like to close my eyes, then I can kind of get lost in what I'm doing. So allow your hands to be out to the side and turn your palms facing up. And keeping your shoulders away from your ears and reaching out through your fingertips. Inhale as you raise your hands slowly and mindfully above your head. Remember to be reaching out right from your shoulder sockets. Fingertips are long, spine is elongated, and then exhale as you lower your arms back to the mat. One more time, inhale slowly and mindfully, your arms above your head. Reach out, use all those biceps, triceps, forearms. Reach out through your fingertips, and then exhale back down. One more time, inhale your arms above your head. And pause just for one breath. And then exhalation, allow your hands to come back to the floor. Inhale your arms out to your shoulder height and turn your palms facing down. And then make a fist and then open your fingers. Make a fist and open your fingers. And one last time, really squeeze your fist, feel your forearm muscles engage, and then extend your fingers and splay your fingers out wide. Turn your palms up and bring your arms into goalpost arms, keeping them shoulder height. Check your alignment with your spine, see if you've started to fold. And grounding down and reaching out through the crown of your head. Slowly and mindfully bring your elbows together. As close as they'll come today, squeeze. And then slowly open up. And go back as far as you can, drawing your shoulder blades together. Now extend your arms out shoulder height and slowly bring them back to the earth. Roll your shoulders gently, just warming them up. And then go in the opposite direction. That movement to a close, and with your chin parallel to the floor, inhale. Then as you exhale, slowly turn your head to look over your right shoulder as far as you can comfortably go. So if you can feel that in the back of your left shoulder muscles. Do you feel that anywhere? And just take a nice full inhalation and exhalation. And then exhale as you slowly bring your chin back to the center. Pause. Inhale. And as you exhale, turn to look over your left shoulder. Same thing, go as far as you can. See if you feel it on the right side. Where do you feel this? Deep inhalation and exhalation. And inhale, and on the exhalation, bring your chin back to the center. And then inhale. You can see we're moving with the breath, so the breath is initiating our movements. And as you exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. As far as you can, comfortably, feel the back of your neck muscles. Feel the tops of your shoulders. Where do you feel this? And then following your own breath, just bring your chin up to your right shoulder and then all the way across your chest to your left shoulder. So with your own breath, just move back and forth. Take your time so that your neck gets to feel the entire movement. Notice where else you feel that in your back. Does it go all the way down to your lower back? And the next time your chin is in the center, pause. Once again, tuck your chin as close to your chest as you can, comfortably. And then inhale your neck back to the center so your chin is parallel to the floor. Inhale, and as you exhale, drop your right ear to your right shoulder, extending your left arm out. You can tap the mat, or you can just extend it out. The idea of this is so that you're not cheating with your left shoulder. And now inhale back to the center and exhale, left ear to left shoulder, and extend right arm. Keep your spine long, don't allow yourself to fold. Now inhale, your chin back to the center. Take both your arms up above your head. On the inhalation, as you exhale, twist to the right and allow your arms to come down. So your right hand comes behind your back and the back of your left palm can rest on the outside of your right knee. Sit tall, don't collapse. Soften your face and allow your breath to be normal and natural and full. Now inhale your arms above your head as you come through center and twist over to the left. Hands come down, left hand behind you this time, back of your right hand on the outside of your left leg. Turn to look over your left shoulder and have your spine long, your breath full. Inhale your arms back up above your head, come back to the center, and exhale your arms down to the mat. Put your hands, palms down on your knees, and we're just going to swirl, do some body swirls to warm up our spine. So just close your eyes and lean forward, reaching out through the crown of your head. Tuck your chin, remember, you don't want your neck to be back out. So you want a beautiful alignment. And then you go over to the other side, and as you come through the back, round your back like an angry cat and engage your core. Just nice and slow. Take the time to feel that all the way down your thighs, so it becomes more about your whole body and not just your spine. Notice if your circles become bigger and deeper. Are they short and shallow today? And the next time you're in the center, pause. Check your chin, the alignment of your spine, and then go in the opposite direction. Trying to make your circles full. So whereas in the beginning you might have been being gentle with yourself, now you're going to push yourself just a little bit further. And the next time you're facing forward, check your chin. It always tends to creep out. So check your chin. It's in line with your spine. Take your fingertips out in front of you, and you're up on your fingertips and your arms are extended. So reach out with your arms, press down through your sits bone, reach out through the crown of your head, elongating your spine. Walk your fingertips out as far as they'll go comfortably today. Tuck your chin. Give the back of your neck a nice opening, nice stretch. You feel that in your thighs? Do you feel that in your thighs?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. And now slowly walk your fingertips back up. And you can remove your blanket or whatever you're sitting on, and you can just throw it to the side wherever you think you might need it. And then extend your legs out in front of you. And you know the drill. As gracefully as possible, lower yourself to the floor. Extend your legs out. Put your ankles, the backs of your heels on either corner of your mat. And allow your arms to come out to the sides. Don't have them right up against your body. There's no need to protect yourself. You're in a nice, peaceful, safe space. So allow your backs of your palms, the backs of your hands to rest against the earth, and your palms are up. Soften your face. Tuck your chin just a little bit. So now what you're in is corpse pose, Shavasana, even though we're not heading there yet. And allow your shoulders on the exhalation to just release into the earth so that you allow your body to be absolutely soft. And you feel yourself supported by the earth. And just take a second to scan your body. See how it feels today. Notice if something is hurting or needs a little bit of love today. I think for most of us it's usually the hips, shoulders, neck, all the fun areas. And now you can bring your feet together so that your legs are extended out in front of you, but they're together. And then bend your right knee and draw it towards your chest. And you don't want to lift your tailbone, so you want your tailbone to be on the earth. You have a nice natural curve to your spine, so we're not trying to flatten the spine. So if you feel your lower back, if you can check that just for a second, are you pressing that into the earth? Because we don't want to do that. We want a natural curve. Protects our lower back. You can flex both your feet. And as you breathe, allow your belly to expand and go press against the thigh. Relax your shoulders. See if you can draw it just a little bit closer, creating more of a stretch through the back of your thigh. And then allow your knees to come out to the side and slowly draw controlled circles. So you want to keep that arch in your lower back. We're going to work on the lower back today. So you want to keep that curve. And it's just a mindful, intentional circle that you're drawing. Always bringing your awareness to your shoulders. And now go in the opposite direction. Make your circles as big or as small as you want today. And the next time your knee is in the center, pause there and extend your foot to the ceiling, holding on to the back of your thigh. And press your heel towards the ceiling so you're lengthening your leg, the back of your leg. Your toes are still flexed, so both legs are engaged. If you flex the toes on the right foot, it helps you to engage the quads, which forces the hamstrings to lengthen. You guys know all this. And now begin to point and flex your toes. And you notice how that feels in your calf, the back of your knee. And now point your toes and draw circles on the ceiling. If your leg is straight, that's awesome. If your leg is bent, that's also awesome. The muscles are not warmed up, so we don't need to be forcing them to do anything they don't want to do yet. And I'm going the opposite direction. Flexing your foot and pressing your heel against the earth. We're going to straighten our legs, so you may find that your leg has to go back a little bit further. You can use a strap. Your arms can come down to the sides with your shoulders relaxed. You can hold on to the back of your thigh. Whatever makes you feel good. And now slowly lowering your foot to the floor, reaching out through your heel, keeping your leg elongated. Reach out through your hip. Make your leg as long as possible. And you allow your foot to come gently down to the floor. Once it touches the floor, lift it up just a little bit. maybe an inch or two off the ground. Flex your toes, press through your heel, engage your quad muscles, squeeze those muscles, engage your core, lengthening through the bottom of your body, both legs. And now slowly lift your leg back up to the ceiling. You can bend your left leg. You want to show some love to your lower back. Straighten your leg, extending out through your heel. And then slowly lower your foot all the way to the floor. And once your heel touches the floor, allow both your feet to splay out to the side, your legs totally relax. And see if you notice any difference between either of the sides. How does your right leg feel? Does it feel longer? Should feel longer. And now drawing your left knee towards your chest. Nice big breaths as you belly breathe against your thigh. Flex both your toes. Check your chin, the position of your chin, just to make sure your neck is not all crinked up in the back. So you just want the back of your head to be flat on the ground, nice and neutral. Relaxing your shoulders. And you release your knee and allow it to come out to the side and draw circles. Notice the difference between the sides. You're popping and clicking on one and not the other. And now go in the opposite direction. Relax your shoulders. And the next time your knee is in the center, pause and extend your foot to the ceiling. Hold on to the back of your thigh with your hands. Try to straighten your leg as much as possible first thing in the morning. Pressing through your heel and flexing your toes helps you to accomplish that. And now point and flex your toes. And now draw circles on the ceiling with your toes. And go in the opposite direction. So you bring that movement to a close and you release your arms out to the sides. Hold on to your strap or continue to hold on to the back of your thigh. Making both legs long, extend your heel towards the ceiling, try to straighten your leg. You'll notice that your leg probably dropped a little bit. That's how you have to, your hamstrings, that's just the length that they are today, so they have to go down. Some Gumby people, it'll be straight up and over their head, but if that's not us, we don't care. Allow your shoulders to relax. You can feel your quads engaged here. Flex your right toes, you feel that quad engaged, so both your legs are engaged. You're pressing through your heel. And then slowly lower it down to the floor. And as before, when it touches the floor, pause for a second and then raise it up just an inch or two. So you work at your own breath. Lift your leg just an inch or so off the ground. Relax your shoulders. Flex both your toes, both your feet. And now inhale your leg back up to the center. And only go as far as your leg starts to bend. So you want your leg to be straight. your shoulders to relax. And then slowly and mindfully lower your leg all the way to the floor. And once your foot hits the floor, allow your ankles and your heels to come out to the sides of your mat, your feet to splay open. Put your palms facing up and allow your shoulders to sink into the earth. And allow your body to relax just for a minute. And then drawing both your knees towards your chest, hold on to your calves, wherever it's comfortable for you. And you draw your thighs towards your abdomen. Notice if you flatten the small of your back. If you have, let your knees come away from your body a bit so that you create that natural curve once again. And then allowing your knees to fall over to the right and your arms come out to a T into a spinal twist. Supta Matsyendrasana. Reclined spinal twist. Turn your gaze to look over your left fingertips if that feels comfortable. How's that feel? Remember that the idea is to have your left shoulder as close to the floor as possible for you today. The twist comes through the thoracic spine, the upper back, and as you reach out through your rib cage and the left side of your body, you feel it all the way down your thigh. Remember, if your knees don't touch the floor, put a block underneath the outside of your right knee. You might want to put a block between your knees. You want to be able to relax, soften your face. And now engaging your core on the inhalation, bring your knees back to the center. Feel your back, your entire back on the mat, and then exhale over to the left. And turn your gaze to look over your right hands. Your right shoulder as close to the ground as possible. You may have to move your right arm around either arm so that your shoulders can be as close to the earth as possible. So you can put a block under your knee, between your knees. You just want to be able to relax. Notice the difference between the two shoulders. When you were on your right side, did it feel different when you did the twist? One side feel different than the other. It's very important in Kripalu yoga to find the different sides, how your body feels. Notice the difference between the both hips, both butt cheeks. Which one feels better? Which one feels, do they feel the same? And now engaging your core on the inhalation, bring both knees back to the center. Hold on to your knees and rock gently from side to side. Beautiful, gentle lower back massage. Now bringing both your feet to the ground. Your hips are parallel, width apart. We'll move into a reclined pigeon, just a gentle stretch. We haven't done very much to warm anything up, so it's just going to be a gentle stretch. So you cross over your left ankle, put your right ankle over your left knee, put your right hand between your knees, and hold on to the back of your left thigh as you draw your left knee towards you. You can use a strap. Try to keep both hips on the ground so that you're not rocked over to the right, rocked over to the left. If you flex the toes on both feet, you protect both knees. Relax your shoulders and soften your face. Allow your breath to travel down the back of your right thigh, over your hips. Do yourself a favor and allow yourself to feel the postures, feel the breath. Extend your left leg, pressing out through your heel into a figure 4, or you can keep your knee bent. You can do a little bit of both. As you change your position, allow yourself to feel the posture. So you can draw your left knee just a tiny bit closer to your body. No discomfort. And now slowly and gently let go with your hands and bring your toes of your left foot towards the floor. Gently unwind. And then when you're ready, cross the left ankle over, same posture. Left hand goes between your knees, and you hold on to the back of your thigh. Rock just gently a little bit, just so that you can see how it feels to be on your, totally on your back. Flex your feet. Now notice if on this side, do you stay a little bit more towards the left? I feel like I'm not as flat on this side as I am on the other side. So you can ask yourself if you feel the same. Now mindfully relaxing the rest of your body, the shoulders, your face. Extend your right leg into figure 4, or stay where you were with your knee bent. You can unflex your toes, see if that changes the feeling through your thighs. So you can flex them, have them not flexed. I like to flex my feet to keep my legs engaged. How's this feel? Does it feel juicy for you out there?
Feels awesome.
Awesome. And now gently unwinding, releasing your hands, and then bringing your toes to the earth. You gently unwind your legs. I can hear Penny sighing as we move around. Bring both your knees towards your chest and rock gently. Such a small movement, but it really feels good. And now bringing yourself over to your right side, press yourself up into sitting. And then bring yourself into table. Your hands underneath your elbows, so your wrists, your elbows, and your shoulders are all stacked. Your hands are shoulder width apart, unless you're having wrist problems, and then you want to walk them out forward. So find your comfortable space. We're moving into Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. So you want to splay your fingertips, and the weight you want to be on the balls of your fingers, not on your wrists. So take your time setting this up so that you can get all of that in line. Curl your toes. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift your knees off the mat, press your hips towards the ceiling, you're up on your tiptoes. Slowly bring your heels towards the mat, just a direction, not a destination. Press through your palms so that the eyeballs of your elbows are beside your ears. Your legs are long. Press away with your hands so that your shoulders are being pressed towards the ceiling. Draw your shoulder blades together. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Engage your core so you can suck your belly in. Reach your hips as far towards the ceiling as you can. Come up on your tiptoes. And then exhale as you lower your heels towards the mat. And don't worry if they don't touch. Sometimes it's bone structure, sometimes it's practice. Nice deep breaths, beautiful restorative posture. I know, right? Now bending your knees nice and deeply, walk your feet towards your hands. It's not very graceful, but it works. With your knees bent deeply, your feet pressing into the earth, allowing yourself to tuck your chin. Slowly straighten your knees as much as possible into Uttanasana, forward fold. Your knees are generously bent. They're just a little bit bent. Try to straighten them as much as possible for you today. Walk your hands so that your palms are resting on your shin. Extend through your spine so that your face is looking down at the mat and you're reaching out through the crown of your head, pressing through your tailbone. The weight is on the balls of your feet, not your heels. So you want your body to be forward so that you're lengthening your hamstrings. If you go back onto your heels, then the hamstring's not doing the work, it's not supporting. And then exhale as you forward fold, once again, Uttanasana. Your hands come towards the mat. Don't worry if your legs are straight or not, as long as you can feel it in the back of your legs. That's the secret. And now bending your knees nice and deep, beautiful, generous bend. Bring your arms out to the sides. Tuck your chin. And inhale as you press yourself up into standing. Reach your hands above your head. Reaching out through your fingertips, tucking your tailbone. And now draw your hands together in prayer position down at your heart center. Your chin comes parallel to the floor. Close your eyes. Breathe. And enjoy the freedom of standing on 2 feet. With your hands in prayer position, find your mountain, your Tadasana. You tuck your tailbone and engage your legs without locking your knees. You can splay your toes, lift your toes up, come up on your heels, just rock back and forth until you find that sweet spot where your feet will be flat on the floor. Lock your thighs together, squeeze your thighs together. Tuck your tailbone, reach out through your spine, out through the crown of your head, drop your shoulders. Shoulder blades are drawn together. And with your eyes closed for balance or open, whatever makes you happy today, you're going to gently step back with your right foot into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Find your alignment, your pressing out through both your legs. You're evenly distributed. Your weight is evenly distributed. The right heel is pressed back. Your right toes facing forward. Not all the way forward, just askew. Your left toes are facing straight to protect your knee. Inhale, and as you exhale, bend your left knee. You might have to walk your toes out. Remember, you want your knee to be stacked over your heel, your ankle. If you don't feel that your knee is bent enough, make your stance bigger. You should feel it through your right thigh. You don't want to be forward. You don't want to be back. You want to be beautiful and tall. Your gaze is steady on the horizon. Your eyes are closed if you're feeling brave today. Chest is lifted. And now make your arms into goalposts. So your arms are out to the sides. Palms are facing each other. And now turn your palms to face forward as you surrender. Be mindful of your thighs. Be mindful that you didn't go forward or back. Mindful that you're not arching your back or rounding your back. You want to be tall and beautiful. This is all about the legs. Inhale, arms above your head into Virabhadrasana 1. Your fingertips are pointing to the ceiling. Hopefully your elbows are up beside your ears or out in front of you, wherever you're comfortable. Pressing your left knee towards your baby toe, not towards the big toe. To protect your knee, you want your knee to be pressing out. And then bring your arms back to goalpost arms. And on the exhalation, twist over to look at the right. And extend your arms into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Gaze soft over your left fingertips. Check your alignment, make sure that your chest is open, your shoulders are dropped, shoulder blades are drawn together. Turning your left palm up, your index finger and thumb come together in Gaya Mudra. And you inhale as you lift your left fingertips to the ceiling. Your right hand just rests gently on your right leg, anywhere. Gaze is up or on the horizon, depending on your neck today. Try to engage your core, not let your belly be all open. And then your lower back has to work harder. Press your right shoulder down and back, and your left shoulder reaches up. And now slowly extending your arm out in front of you, and you bend your arm into a beautiful side angle. You might have to make your stance longer. I do, so see what you have to do. Reach your right arm behind you, pressing your right shoulder back. Reach out through your fingertips. Inhale your arm above your head. Remember to be reaching the whole time, no loosey-goosiness. And then you exhale your arm alongside your ear. Your gaze can be down at your left toes. Make sure your left knee is bent. Your gaze can be at the horizon. Feels good, huh? No response.
Busy
Now,
concentrating.
inhale your hand up to the sky as you bring yourself back into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Straighten your left leg and bring your left toes in, and then bring your heels in. And you may want to adjust your stance on the mat with your arms out to a T, your tailbone tucked. Beautiful alignment, shoulders away from your ears, moving into Parsrita Pavottanasana, which is a wide-legged forward fold. So you can get your block, if you use a block, to bring the earth up to you. Get your block ready in front of you. Otherwise, inhale, and as you exhale, hinge from the hips forward, keeping a long spine, tuck your chin, and then lower yourself, your hands towards the floor. If you want to lift the floor up, as I said, use the block, it just brings the floor closer to you. If you rock the props, you conserve energy that you can enjoy during the posture. You can allow your fingers to walk forward if you feel more comfortable into a wide-legged dog, or you can keep your hands close to your mat. As you breathe, you'll feel your inner thighs, the inner leg, they might start shaking a little bit. Just concentrate on your breath, fill your body with that breath, and usually that wiggliness will go away. If not, as David says, enjoy the ride. Make sure your breath is full, it's not ragged and jagged. Straighten your legs as much as you can today, as much as you want to. And now walking your heels in, you bend your knees deeply. Put one hand on each thigh. Elongate your spine. And then slowly inhale as you come up. So you keep your goddess posture. Your arms come out to a T. Your palms are open and facing each other. Feel the energy as it bounces back and forth between your fingertips. Tuck your tailbone, open your heart, and then extend your legs, straighten your legs. Bring your hands together at prayer position, and then we'll do the other side. Always balance in yoga, always balance. So you turn your right toes out. Press your left heel back. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Inhale your hands. Inhale your body forward over your right toes. Exhale as you bend your right knee. Adjust your stance. Find yourself where you feel good today. Get yourself comfortable. Allow yourself to breathe. You can wiggle your toes a little bit in case you have that death grip going on the mat. Feel your breath moving through your left thigh. Feel the weight evenly distributed. Your knee pressing towards your baby toe and not your big toe, so that you don't want to be moving in. That's not good for your meniscus. You want it all pressed out. Shoulders are away from your ears. Your arms come out into goal pose. Your palms face forward. Draw your shoulder blades together. It's not a surrender if you don't offer your heart. So you draw your shoulder blades together, offering your heart. Turn your body towards the left and extend your arms out into Virabhadrasana 2 arms. Try to notice, you don't have mirrors, try to notice if your arms are kind of askew. You kind of want them to be out straight. Fingertips are touching each side of your room. Turn your palm up and your index finger and thumb come together. As you inhale, your hand to the ceiling. Relax your left shoulder if you felt it creeping up. Extend your arm out in front of you, coming into the side angle. So you want to set that up, so you extend your left leg maybe a little bit more. Reach your left arm out behind you And then inhale your hand up to the ceiling and exhale as it comes alongside your ear. Your gaze can be on the horizon. Your gaze can be down. Inhale your arm up to the center, once again reaching. Bring yourself back up into Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten your right leg and bring your toes in. Bring your ankles in just a little bit and move forward into Parsrita Pavottanasana. Forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Check your posture, make sure your legs are straight. Make sure that your spine is elongated, your neck is in line with your spine. Shoulders are away from your ears. And now walking your heels in more, bending your knees to find your goddess. Hands come to your thighs. And you bring yourself up. Your arms come out into goalposts. Beautiful, beautiful. And now straighten your legs. And as you exhale, bend your knees. Bring your goddess down as far as you feel comfortable today. Now straighten your legs. Your hands come to prayer position. Bring your right foot to your left foot and raise your hands above your head. Bring your hands together and then gently arch back. Inhale as you come back to center and exhale your hands to prayer position, closing the warrior, the Virabhadrasana series. Close your eyes and allow your breath to flow. Releasing your hands to your sides, turn to face the front of your mat. So I had to turn to my left. I have no idea what direction any of you are facing, so you just want to come to standing at the front of your mat. Find your Tadasana, your mountain once again, tucking your tailbone. And remember as you tuck your tailbone that you want to still have the natural curve in your spine. And remember, we always talk about those strings of pearls that hang down all the way from your neck. I could use our beautiful model, but he's over to the side. So you want the string of pearls to come all the way down from the crown of your head all the way down your back. And you want them to hang beautiful and long. So you want them to hang like this. You don't want them to be all jagged and crooked. You just want them to hang beautiful. So if you imagine that hanging down your back, that helps you to find your mountain. You don't want it to be bent. So it's a good visual if you can think about that. So you inhale your hands above your head. Exhale, Uttanasana as you fold forward, hinging from the hips. You might want to walk your feet out apart a bit. Your legs are as straight as you want them to be today. Engaging your core, sucking your belly in. Tuck your chin, your fingertips towards the mat. Weight on the balls of your feet. Your hands come to your shins. And then you exhale your hands all the way down to the mat. Bend your knees, your palms come to the earth. You step back with your right foot. Step back with your left foot. Lower your hips. And you come into plank. The tops of your knees come to the mat, the tops of your feet. And you just lower your body down to the mat, keeping your elbows against your body. And now you're in the position for Bhujangasana, Cobra. So whichever Cobra works for you today, you can do Sphinx with your elbows underneath your shoulders, pressing through your pelvis. So you can stay in Sphinx. You can have your hands underneath your shoulders, your elbows against your body, your legs together, pressing through your pelvis. Inhale, lift your chin and your chest, no weight on your hands. And then exhale down. Inhale, lift your chin and your chest and your hands. And then exhale slowly down. Or you can inhale your head, your chest, all the way to your navel. Your elbows are bent. Your arms are really strongly against your body. Your chin is parallel to the floor. Shoulders are away from your ears into King Cobra. And slowly exhale down. So we'll do 3 of whichever Bhujangasana you want today. So just follow your own breath. So inhale and exhale. Pressing your pelvis into the ground. If you're trying to strengthen your lower back, short times, many times. If your back feels strong and mighty today, find a posture and hold it for maybe 3 to 5 breaths. Only you know how your body feels today, so whichever of those works for you, or you can hang in Sphinx. Now show your body some love, so whatever one you want to do today. And now lower, pressing through your palms up into table. Widen your knees, bring your toes together, and press yourself back into Garbhasana, child. Allow your head to rest on the mat. If your head doesn't go all the way to the mat, remember, use the block and bring the floor up to you, whichever side of the block you want to use. It's a restorative posture, so you want to feel comfortable in it. You want the breath to move down your spine and all of your muscles to lengthen so that oxygen can flow more freely. You can come up on your fingertips if you want. That engages your shoulders a little bit more, your triceps. You can feel the difference in this posture versus just your regular Garbhasana. You can come up on your elbows, put your hands above your head into prayer position. I love that, the praying child. So you can see which one works for you best today. As with any yoga posture, take this time for your breath to flow through your body. See where it feels good. See areas that maybe need a little bit more love from you on a regular basis. Some more stretching. You can still love your body and expect things from it. So don't be too easy on yourself. Try to find the comfort in discomfort, but not in pain. So I know you all know what I'm talking about. So you find a beautiful child. And then bringing yourself back up through table. Swing your feet over to the right and bring yourself to sitting on your mat. We did pick the hottest room in the house to do this practice in, I might add, so try not to wipe all the sweat away. So you can sit back up on your blanket. That's what you use to protect your spine, your lower back, whatever works for you. And you bring the soles of your feet together in Baddha Konasana, bound angle. So you can have your diamond can be big Your diamond can be small. The idea is to feel the lengthening on your inner thighs. No pain. You want to feel it throughout your hips and your inner thighs. We're just trying to stretch a little bit more. So you sit tall, beautiful alignment. Press your tailbone into your sits bone and your tailbone towards the earth as you reach your crown of your head towards the ceiling, lengthening your spine and elongating your neck. Your shoulder blades are drawn together and your shoulders are, as always, away from your ears. Bring your hands together in prayer position. Close your eyes. So not only can you feel the love that you offer, but you can feel the love that you receive. Allow your knees to be soft. You can put blocks under your knees if you want to bring the floor up to you, and allow yourself to release a little bit, so you're not spending so much energy trying to keep your knees from falling down or from folding up. And now opening your hands. You want to hinge from the hips, so we're hinging forward and offering our love to the world. So you can reach out if you want. You can just reach out a little bit. Sometimes the reaching out extends through the lower back a little bit too much. So you just have to play with it yourself and see how you feel. You engage your core, so you suck in your belly, and you're hinging forward, so you're bringing your chest towards the floor. Your neck stays in alignment with your spine, so your chin is it's still like it would be parallel to the floor, so it's still that way because you didn't round, we just came forward. The posture is very important in this to protect your lower back. If you want, you can bring your hands down and rest on your feet, just no pulling. So you offer the love that you share, that you have with the world. See if you can go a little bit further, reach out, reach that one person in the world that needs your love the most. And you find them in the corner somewhere, reach out to them. And now engaging your core, you draw the love into your heart first. Your hands come together. And then you inhale as you lift back to make your spine long, drop your shoulders. And allow yourself to breathe. One more time. We're going to open up our hands and exhale as you hinge forward. So you want to bring your whole body forward, no rounding. And you can extend your love, keep your love close. The choice is up to you. And now bring your hands to rest gently on your knees, your calves, your toes, wherever your hands are. And you're not pulling to bring yourself further into it. Allow your knees to soften. And just breathe. And your next exhalation, see if you can go just a little bit further. You don't have to, it's just a little bit of an offer. And now engaging your core, inhale as you bring yourself back up into sitting. And you can feel all that, right, in your thighs. Bring your hands to the outside of your knees and gently, lovingly bring your knees together. Extend your left leg. Take your right foot and cross it over your left knee. Flex your toes on your left foot. If your right foot doesn't rest on the ground, again, bring the block. Lift the floor up to you. Inhale. Inhale your right hand behind you. And bring your left hand to be on the outside of your right knee. Inhale. And exhale as you twist to look over your right shoulder. Seated spinal twist. Remember to sit tall, don't be caving in. You feel this in your thoracic spine, your upper back. Basically, your hips are still pointing forward, it's just your upper body that's rotated. And you bring yourself back to center. Go all the way over to the left. Both hands go on the ground and you take a gentle bow. Because you're so awesome. You just celebrate your awesomeness. Then bring yourself back up. Extend your right leg. And cross over with your left foot. You can bring the floor up if you want. I love the props. Everybody knows I rock the props. So use them, celebrate them. Sit tall. Put your left hand behind you. Put your right hand on the outside of your left knee. And sit tall. And as you exhale, turn to look over your left shoulder. Remember, there's nothing wrong with taking a few seconds to set your posture up. And then you can stay in it for as long as you feel comfortable. You can feel your breath, you can enjoy the ride. If you hurry to set yourself up into the postures, then you're really just hurrying through your yoga practice instead of loving it and enjoying every minute. So take your time to set up. And then when you're there, just close your eyes and just be. Just drop into being. Let go of doing and having to be somewhere and just be. Just be where you are. And now gently bring yourself back to center and uncross your legs. Remind me to remind everybody to turn your cell phones off before we start our practice. So you can bring yourself back to the center. And then when you're ready, bend both your legs. So you have your left foot behind you, your right knee is resting on your left, your right foot is resting on your left knee. You sit tall, and then exhale as you try to walk around to the right. Everybody remembers this. It always takes a little bit of time for us to set this up, especially if you're not in the room to actually see. So you're going to go around as far as you can to look over your right shoulder. I'll try to move so you can see various ways of that. And you can just stay here as you breathe. You feel that extension in your left thigh. And if it's available to you and today this interests you, come down onto your forearms. You can rest your head on the block. So if your forehead doesn't come to the floor comes to your forehead. Spend a second and relax your left thigh if you're holding it tense. Allow your breath to flow. And then bring yourself back up onto your hands. Bring your feet back to the center and then cross them over to the other side. I miss being with you guys. I miss being able to hear the groans and the chuckles. So you find your position, you sit tall and beautiful and ground yourself into the earth. And then on the exhalation, you start to walk yourself around to the left. Take a time to notice the difference between the two sides. Something feels different. Does this side feel better? Does this side feel worse? And then when you're ready, if you feel like it, come down onto your forearms. Bring the floor up to you. Feel your breath. Notice the difference between the two sides. yourself back up onto your hands and walk yourself back up to the center and extend your feet out in front of you. And once again, as gracefully as possible, lower yourself to the floor. Moving into Setu Bandhasana, the bridge posture. Your feet are flat on the floor, your knees are parallel. Your knees and your hips are in line. Does that make any sense? Your knees are parallel with your hips, they're hip width apart. Your arms are extended with your palms down, pretty close to your body. You don't want them out far. You're going to want to be able to lean on your triceps and use your forearms, your biceps, your triceps to hold your weight. So your ankles are underneath your knees. You walk your heels a little bit closer to your bottom. And then when you're ready, inhale and you'll lift your hips off the floor. All of your back is still on the floor. It's just your lower back and your butt that is now lifted off the mat. So you feel a little bit of the weight on your shoulders. That's where the weight's going to shift to. So you inhale, and as you exhale, lift a little bit higher. You want to control the movement so that the weight is coming forward. This isn't about arching your back and having your belly be big and round. We're not moving into a wheel. We're lifting up our hips. The weight is coming towards the shoulders. So with each exhalation, you're going to lift a little bit higher. You can even walk your shoulders underneath your shoulder blades together. Don't let your knees splay out to the side. Try to keep your knees parallel. You can wiggle your toes so you're not holding the death grip. If you're using a block, take the block and slide it underneath your hips. Find a sweet spot where it's comfortable and allow your butt to just rest on the mat. You still have a gentle back bend, a gentle arch. And you're not using all your energy to hold your body up, so you can actually allow your breath to flow through the front of your body. But if you're looking for a little bit more challenge today, you don't use the block and you lift your hips, create the back bend. And when you're done lifting, you just hold there and breathe. Feel yourself pressing through your triceps to hold your weight. And now slowly on the exhalation, lowering your body, starting at your shoulders, one vertebrae at a time. The last thing that touches the mat is your tailbone, your lower back. You draw your knees in towards your chest and hug them close and rock from side to side. Bring the soles of your feet down to the earth. And one last time today, we'll move into a penny pigeon, the reclined pigeon, reclined Kapotasana. So cross your right ankle over your left knee and draw your left knee towards your body. And we're only doing this one more time so that you can see if there's a difference from when you did it at the beginning of the practice. Does it feel better? Does it feel easier? Does it feel exactly the same? And now gently drop your left toes towards the floor and unwind your body and cross over with your left ankle. Draw your right knee towards your chest, relaxing your shoulders, feeling the sensations. Becoming more aware of your body. And now allowing your right toes to come down to the earth. Unwrap your legs. Allow your legs to be extended. Bring your arms out to a T at your sides. Bring your left toes to your right knee. And then you inhale. And as you exhale, bring your left knee over to the right. Slide your right leg out towards the right, away from your mat, so that you don't have that C in your spine. And if you're feeling the love, turn your gaze to look over your left fingertips. You can take your right hand and put it on the outside of your left knee, give you a little bit more oomph. And you want to be all the way over onto the side of your right hip. Try to press your left shoulder towards the mat. And don't hold your breath. Allow your breath to be full and beautiful. Inhaling your left knee back to the center, slide your right leg back onto your mat, extend your left leg, bend your right knee and put your right toes on the top of your left knee, and on the exhalation you roll over to the left and slide your left leg away from the mat out to the left. Take your left hand on the outside of your right knee and turn your gaze to look over your right hand or your right shoulder. Make sure you're rocked over so that you can be on the outside of your left leg. If your right shoulder comes too far away from the floor, put a block there or a blanket. Bring the floor up to you. Now bringing your right knee back to the center, slide your left leg back to the center of your mat. Roll back onto your full back and extend both your legs. Bend your knees so the soles of your feet are on the mat. And then allow your knees to splay open and bring the soles of your feet together into a reclined cobbler. You can lift your head so that you can tuck your chin a little bit, just in case you've worked your way back up into like a crimped neck. And then slide your arms along the earth. If this is available to your shoulders today, you slide your arms along the earth and you make goalpost arms like we did in a goddess. And if your arms and your shoulders and the backs of your hands are not resting on the earth, put a blanket or a block on each side. You want to be able to relax, to open up your pec muscles, to be able to lengthen up through your armpit and all the way in through your biceps and triceps. Allow your belly to be soft. You can put a block on the outside of each of your knees if that's just too much opening for you today. If your hands are not resting on the earth, you can have them rest on a block. Bring your awareness to your lower back. If you have an extreme arching going on there, are you sticking your belly towards the ceiling? If so, see if you can relax yourself a little bit so you have a natural curve, but not an exaggerated curve, and you're not pressing the small of your back into the earth. You just want your natural, God-given curve there. Sometimes by putting the blocks under your knees, that allows you to have less strain in your groin area so that you can concentrate more on your lower back. Soften your face and surrender to the posture. along the floor so that they come back towards your body. Place a hand on the outside of each knee and then draw your knees together. Extend your legs out, preparing yourself for Shavasana. Find your beautiful corpse posture, your Shavasana. Your heels come to each side, each corner of the mat. And your arms come towards your body with your palms facing up. If it feels better to have your palms facing down for your shoulders, you can do either one. But if you have your palms up, you receive healing and energy and light. So you find your Shavasana. I like to take a blanket, so you might want to try this if you have a blanket, and I put it right there over my lower abdomen, my pelvis area. It just adds a little bit of weight and it helps. Just helps me feel a little bit more secure, so you want to try that. Have your feet splayed out to the sides so that your legs are relaxed. Maybe put the blanket, another blanket underneath your head. Lift your head a little bit up. Use an eye pillow if you have one. That just stops the REM, your eye movement. So if you wear the eye pillow, it keeps your eyes from moving all over the place and disturbing your yogic sleep. When I practice Shavasana, I don't like to be touching anything, so I don't like blocks on my fingertips or anything. So you want to clear your space around you. And maybe you want to have your lips parted a little bit, just so your face can be soft. And you don't want to fall asleep. You want to stay with the music or stay with the words. You want to try to stay, consciously aware. And allow all of your muscles to relax. Begin at the top of your head and feel the back of your skull as it rests on the earth, on your blanket. And then allow your face to soften and the corners of your eyes to be wide. Allow your tongue to relax. And imagine your throat opening and being wide, allowing more breath than ever before to flow through your body. Feel your shoulders soften. And you feel the weight in the back of your shoulder blades. You feel the backs of your arms as they rest against the earth. And your fingertips are curled softly in relaxation. You feel the muscles in your upper back as they press against the earth. And your breath enters that space in your lower back, that small, gentle, natural curve. And then you feel your bottom as it rests gently on the earth, your hips. And the entire backs of your legs rest against the earth. You notice a small space behind your knees. And then your calves become wide as they spread against the earth. And you come to your feet and your toes are soft. And your breath becomes a small bit shallow. It's not as deep and full. As your body comes into a resting state. And you feel the soles of your feet become warm as glowing energy enters your feet. A beautiful life force with each breath travels deeper into your body. And as you breathe, you draw the healing light further and further from the soles of your feet towards your heart center. And you feel your legs warm, filling with healing light. And then you feel the light as it enters your hips and your pelvic region, your lower belly. And if those areas are sensitive to you today, you feel the light bring healing and warmth. And you feel the light enter your lower back, gently massaging the muscles. And as the warmth travels up your spine, it circles each and every vertebrae, creates space and healing and warmth. And finally it reaches your shoulders, and your shoulders soften. And you feel the warmth as if it were a warm oil dripping away from your shoulders and seeping deep into the earth. The light moves down your arms. You feel it move through your elbows, heading towards your fingertips. And the oil, the warmth, and the light pool in the palms of your hands as you hold your own life force, your own fresh prana, fresh energy, beautiful healing light. And then you feel the light in the back of your neck as it massages up the back of your skull, into your jawbone, and up through your cheeks. And you imagine the warmth as it stays at your temples, a gentle massaging, healing light to soothe your worries and your doubts and your fears. And your forehead is smooth as the warm oil and the light seeps across, removing any worry lines, making your forehead smooth. And then you imagine all this light and all this warmth radiating from your body, all converging over you. And then you feel it all sprinkle and rain all over your body, so that you are drenched in peace and love and healing. Imagine if peace and love and healing could rain on you every day. You are kind and you are beautiful and you are a loving human being, sent here to do great things, to make a huge difference in the world. You are strong and you're courageous and you are filled with love. slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And maybe rock your neck from side to side. And you deepen your breath. You feel the fresh prana, the fresh life force fill your body, every cell of your body. And then you bring your knees to your chest and you rock gently from side to side. And then rock over onto your right side as you allow yourself to remain for one more minute, one more full breath. And see if you can allow yourself to absolutely surrender with each exhalation. Just allow yourself to surrender deeper and be held by Mother Earth. And then press yourself through your left hand and bring yourself back up into sitting. Find your Sukhasana, your easy seat. And close your eyes and allow yourself to feel how different your body feels from when you first arrived on your mat. Bring your hands together at prayer position. And I wish you health and happiness and peace and love. I wish you to be free from all suffering, fear, and doubt. To learn to rely on yourself and others, to walk your journey with you. To rely on the higher being, the higher power, whatever that is for you. And with a sweet bow forward, we will offer a namaste to each other. And then bringing your hands to your forehead, we'll declare Jai Bhagwan, victory. Bring your hands back to your heart center. And gently open your eyes. And thank you for joining me once again. Maybe we'll get better at this. We'll see how it goes. But for now, enjoy your day. And I love you guys. And I miss you terribly.